Astrology is the art and science of relating the movement of the stars and planets to our life on Earth. Welcome to 10 quick tips on how to learn astrology fast. This teaching is meant for those who've begun the study of astrology and are determined to learn more as quickly as possible. To know astrology for yourself is like having an open book to read into the past, present, and future of any individual, relationship, or situation. Here are my suggestions for how to absorb information about astrology as quickly as possible. 1. Be willing to memorize. Astrology is a language with the symbols of signs, planets, and aspects as its alphabet. I've taught beginning astrology since 1980, and the most difficult concept to get across to adult learners is memorization of the glyphs. We don't expect children to be able to read without first learning their ABCs. But if I say to an adult class, after explaining the symbolism of each glyph, take these home and memorize them. Then there are moans and groans like I just announced a 20-mile hike through a leech-filled, mosquito-breeding swamp. You can do it. Memorize the ABCs of astrology. Here are the things I feel must be memorized to move on to further study of astrology. The glyphs for the planets and the basic keyword meanings for those. The glyphs for the zodiacal signs, their basic keyword meanings, plus the order of the signs, for example, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and their element and quality. And the glyphs for the major aspects and their basic keyword meanings. Also, practice writing the glyphs. This will help in the memorization of those symbols. 2. Collect charts. I encourage my students to collect horoscopes. The first collection is of folks you can personally observe, for example, you, your family, and your friends. I have my own collection of family charts inserted into transparent page protectors in a 3-ring binder. I take it to every astrology seminar I attend. It makes what I'm learning more meaningful if I can apply it to the people I know. I use it the same way when I'm studying an astrological principle in a book. The second collection should be of famous people. If a historic figure or modern superstar fascinates you, then research his or her birth data and compute the horoscope or make a flat chart from the ephemeris. Then find a biography or extended interview, and then see if you can correlate the astrological with the biographical information. 3. Study your own horoscope in depth. The most important chart in your collection is your own. You would be unlikely to apply every minor aspect, converse progression, or personal name asteroid to each chart in your collection, but you would definitely want to try them on your own. Why? Because you know you. You can be sensitive to the subtle states expressed by some of the finer points of astrology. Knowing your own horoscope in depth, especially as applied to real-life experiences, both internal and external, will broaden your understanding of astrology. 4. Journal. One of the ways to study your own horoscope in depth and to apply astrology to your life experiences is journaling. You can keep track of yourself in a variety of ways. Here's some suggestions of the things that you can journal. And I'm talking about just jotting things down, not making a literary masterpiece. You can jot down notations of your daily activities. What did you do today? Accomplishments and setbacks that you've had. People that you've met, especially when you meet somebody for the first time. New projects started. Your emotions and your feelings. And I think that if you journal your dreams, you would find that meaningful as well. Astrology is the study of cycles. You'll want to know what happened during the last cycle of a major planetary transit because it's sure to come around again with a similar lesson. If you've kept a journal in the past, try going back and rereading it with your chart, with your horoscope, and with an ephemeris to look at what was happening at that time astrologically. 5. Create a life history. Create a one-page chronological history with the dates of your major life events. For example, marriages, births of children, divorces, deaths of parents, health problems, job changes, and transformations of consciousness. Use it to look for correlations with major transits, progressions, and eclipses. Take it with you to astrology lectures along with your collection of charts. It will help you to instantly make connections to new data. 6. Become aware of life around you. People speak the aspects. Here's an example from a Gemini friend. Quote, I came out of the chiropractor's office and just started walking backwards. I don't know why, she said on a day when Mercury went retrograde. A client with Saturn conjunct the Sun said, I'm so depressed. I feel like I'm dragging around a 2-ton weight. Listen for those types of things as people say them and see if you can correlate them to what you know about astrology. Everything in your life will symbolically show you how astrology manifests. As you learn about people, places, and objects that relate to each sign and planet, you'll start to see the aspects acted out around you. Get an astrological calendar. Watch the daily transits, the moon through the signs, or the moon phases. Attune to life rhythms. Don't go by beliefs. Work with observation and correlation of life in and around you. 7. Hang out with others interested in astrology. Just like speaking a foreign language, there's a lot of astrology learned by osmosis, just by being in the environment. If you want to learn French quickly, go to France while you hear it all around you. It's the same with astrology. It's fun to be somewhere where everyone's speaking astrologies, and it will accelerate your learning process. Where to go? Here's a listing of astrological organizations. There may be others in your local area. Some of them have monthly meetings with lectures on various aspects of astrology. Some of them have special interest groups or study groups that center on a specific topic. The links that are on the screen are also in the information section below this video. Don't forget to bring your own chart and your personal collection of horoscopes of friends and family to these meetings. It helps to apply what you're learning directly to the people you know. Also, many social conversations include passing charts around, and you may get some insights from others a little further along than you. I recommend these organizations: National Council for Geocosmic Research, NCGR, American Federation of Astrologers, AFA, International Society for Astrological Research, ISAR, Association for Astrological Networking, AFAN, and Friends of Astrology if you're in the Chicago area. 8. Take classes. This is sort of obvious, but there are many of us who learn faster from listening to a teacher than we could by reading a book. Also, other students may ask the questions we'd like to or didn't think of. Where to find teachers? Start with the organizations we just talked about. They may be able to refer you to someone in your area. Metaphysical and New Age centers and bookstores often have astrology classes as part of their educational programs. Also, community colleges and other adult continuing education programs sometimes offer astrology classes. Conferences. Some of the organizations have regional and national conferences throughout the year with astrological lectures given by excellent teachers. Many of the conferences are recorded and available to purchase by those unable to attend. The Temple of Kriya Yoga. The Temple of Kriya Yoga is a center that offers excellent learning opportunities in astrology as well as meditation and yoga. They have classes both in person and distance learning. I'm a graduate of the Temple's Professional Astrology course, which is available for home study. 9. Read and collect books. We live in a time of abundance of astrological writing and books that are published. There are many, many good books out there. However, the wise astrology student does not just read astrology. Try to include history, biography, mythology, religion, spiritual development, and psychology on your reading list. If you read a biography, try to get the birth chart. A lot of charts of celebrities and people from history are available from the Astrodatabank at astro.com. An astrology cookbook is one that lists descriptions for all the planets and all the signs, planets in houses, planets in aspect, etc. Don't necessarily read these straight through. Apply them to your chart collection. The correlation with real people will help you to remember them. Take notes. Don't forget, the pen is your magic wand for remembering. And just as a side note, don't believe everything just because it's written in a book. Use your own knowledge and experience and correlation with real life to assess what you're reading. 10. Read astrology magazines and websites. Astrology magazines, websites, blogs, and social media are another way of hanging out and spending time with the people who are active in the field today. There are some excellent astrology magazines available in print and online. Along with the sites related to the astrological organizations mentioned earlier, here are a few sites to start with. Mountain Astrologer, Dell Horoscope Magazine, Cafe Astrology, and Astro.com. Look for the links to these sites in the information below the video. In conclusion, be willing to memorize, collect charts, study your own horoscope in depth, journal, create a life history, become aware of life around you, hang out with others interested in astrology, take classes, read and collect books, read astrology magazines and websites, and have fun as you dive deep into this amazing subject. I wish you many blessings on your path through the stars.